What is up, guys? We are back with another Disney Plus Review 2 video, and I'm excited to bring you guys this special edition one. What we are doing today is on the topic of discussing the Disney Pixar's movies Onward. That's right, Onward. If you guys haven't heard of it by now, you will today. It is definitely one of Pixar's best and most original works. That is what I like. It stars Tom Holland as Ian Lightfoot and Chris Pratt as Barley Lightfoot. It tells the story of two elves that live in a magical world that is kind of overcome by technology. Usually everybody in that world used to love to believe in magic. You know, magic was a big thing. And definitely in the beginning, it clearly states that. But in time, you know, throughout the movie, you guys see that kind of background disperse until the movie kind of goes more in depth and explains a specific mission that Ian has to embark on, that Barley obviously does become part of, being his brother, on Ian Lightfoot's 16th birthday. I really thought this was a pretty great movie, honestly. And, you know, trying to step away from the opinionated side of things, I definitely, you know, I really think a lot of people can catch a hook for this movie, you know? Like, when they embark on the quest, the point of the quest is, you know, starting on his birthday, his 16th birthday, when they're both above 16 years old. Barley serves as a mentor to Ian, you know, being his older brother and not having his father around, because their father since so long passed when Ian was a baby, and it was just him, Barley, and his mother. So they kind of all have each other's back throughout the whole movie, but obviously embark on this quest that it allows for a 24-hour, pretty much like a reincarnation spell to bring back their father. But when that spell doesn't go as planned, they spend most of the movie traveling, obviously, with a lower half body of their father, because Ian didn't really get the gist of the whole magic aspect while trying to attempt the spell. So they take their father's lower body and go on a quest through a journey of which is almost ironically based off of also a card game where they have to get a Phoenix gem that can allow them to redo the spell and see their father one last time for at least 24 hours or less. Obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, I won't really ruin the ending. But if you guys have seen it, then we all know what happens, and it's pretty heartwarming. And it's honestly not really a coming of age thing, but it's definitely it has that intensified moments where it is a coming of age. You know, Ian embarks on the quest, goes with Barley. Barley leads the way, kind of mentors him to use the magic and the staff that he received for his birthday, that his father gave him and told his mom to give them when he was old enough, being 16 and above. So that's what they received at that point in time. I really like Disney's take on this. You know, it's original. It's not something we've seen before. It's better than the movie Cars. It's better than Monsters, Inc. Honestly, like, those are all pretty generalized topics, and to put some, you know, coming of age, some like adult moments, like into like a, if you will, kid film or animation film like this, it is quite the intelligent mixture of events, honestly. So the fact that he, you know, overcomes his ability to not be able to drive, not be able to do things by himself, like he goes on this journey and really takes the reins of everything as he goes, and he develops more self-confidence. It's a wonderful thing, and a thing that a lot of people can relate to, I'm sure. So it wins, you know, my vote for a pretty quality, top-notch movie, in my opinion. I'm not going to say it didn't have its errors, because it did. Again, it is an original movie. It's an animation movie. It's not, obviously, you know, you can't really get a real life take on everything that should work out, you know, lifelike in this movie. But that's why it was an original. You know, it's created. But the thing is, as he goes on, he becomes more of in charge of his own decision. He feels obligated to take his own risk, and maybe there's a little bit of heated moments here and there in between him and Barley. But honestly, that not adds for a nice mix. It doesn't keep things too boring. It obviously a little bit of conflict, more than just like a villain, more than just a protagonist and an antagonist, something that develops the background and the environment to throw things at you. I like that. I like that in a movie for sure. The journey is nice. Like when they go in their van, that's kind of funny. They have this van that is kind of like a unicorn. It's Barley's, obviously, but it's he loves that thing, and I found that kind of humorous throughout the movie. So I really think it's something for everybody. It has something for everybody. If you've ever lost something, if you've ever lost someone, it definitely redefines those lines and tells you like, hey, you can overcome anything. And that's how I love, the creating of this movie that Pixar rolled with. They could have edited some things out, kept it less emotional, but honestly, it wouldn't really be an original or have that great of taste if we didn't have those specific aspects on this take. So obviously, you do have to be aware that throughout the movie, that those of you who have seen the movie, with the gem, you use the gem, then also there comes a beast that gets released out of the gem. So to fully use it, or use it while the beast is alive, you would definitely have to slay the beast. So that's kind of how the movie ends there. Not the full-on ending, but that's a big part of it. And while they're trying to make a decision of who can see their dad and who can't, you have a chain of events that their mom finds them. There's they have an ally that tags along with them and is trying to help slay the beast. So obviously, you can probably guess what it is. But while trying to do that, they have to make a decision who's going to get the time with their dad while they're trying to resurrect him, and who will not, if not both. So, that's, if you haven't seen it, see it, check it out. I recommend it. You have my thumbs up there for what it's worth. And if you have seen it, well, you know how it goes, how it ends, it's heartfelt. And that Barley is definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest, icons of adultship, of growing, of inspiration to Ian at that point in time. So it's a touching story. There's really not much more to it than that. It has some nice funny moments. It's definitely, it has its ups and downs. I definitely a greater movie than Pixar's, has done multiple times with other things. I don't like their continuation of Monsters, Inc. I don't like Cars at all. I just feel like those were pushed. They were too hard heavy. They were a way to get higher paid actors all into one mix. You put an all-star cast into something, it's still gonna be so-so, if it's not made the right way. So that's kind of what I felt like those were. And that's just, you have movies like that, honestly. It's just kind of how it goes, unless you really push and take the time to make something better. But, that's kind of what I think about that. And, I hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit of a review, kind of touched your minds a little bit of what to expect. It's a very great story. And I think it's definitely something that Pixar nailed on the head with the hammer. And hopefully they do a continuation of similar movies, something that we can relate to, but also mixes in some fiction with it as well. I like that. Because, I'm not gonna lie, that movie kind of touched me for sure. That movie definitely hit me in the feels a little bit, but it was good. It was definitely good. So with all that being said, honestly, I think we're gonna have to give this movie a B+. So we will give this Onward a B+. And why didn't I give it an A? Again, we kind of get the gist of it. It has its ups and downs. It has its flaws. Some of those being just some boring moments, some predictable moments. There weren't too many twists and turns that add on excitement. If something just slacks on time, if there's a specific turning point in the movie where they could have adjusted it and made it better and extended it a little more, or we weren't briefed up on it, I think then I would have gave it an A. But other than that, I really have nothing bad about it to say. It was just, it was a great movie. It was one of Pixar's best. They'll definitely, I'm sure they will reimagine something else in the future, and I have no doubt about that. And if you haven't seen it, pick up your copy, go on Disney Plus, check it out, stream it online, whatever you got to do. And you know what? Thank you guys for watching. Like it up, subscribe, thumbs up, flex it out, whatever you guys do in all things justice. I will be creating more videos, so stay on the lookout. Hit that bell, please, and thank you for the next latest and greatest video. If I got time to hit a button, so do you guys. You guys take care. Have a good one, all right?